want to plug, like I said, before we depart?
No, I did want to go back to Brittany Griner because I didn't know
Go ahead.
how much was actually coming through when we were talking about her. But I was just saying like how amazing of a person Brittany is. And, what I think a lot of people don't realize is that Brittany played in Russia for most of her career. So we're talking about the last 10 years, like since she has left Baylor, a majority of that 10 years, her offseason has been spent in Russia. She has won them championships. She has put them on the map, on the basketball end of things. She has lived in their communities, has been a pillar in sports, has done a lot for that country. And I don't think people realize this wasn't a one-time thing where Brittany was just, headed back to Russia and play. She has spent probably more time there in her professional life than she has on the WNBA court.
Yeah.
So that was what was most shocking to those of us that were watching what Brittany was going through was, I can't believe that this is happening to her when they know her. They know who she is, what she stands for. They know that if this all actually happened, it was a mistake. Like Brittany is, she has knee problems. She has whatever reason.
Right.
And from what we understand, and I don't want to get too far into the legalities of this, but there have been cases where there were people that had way more, cannabis or whatever than she had, and had been just got a fine or just, whatever, a little slap on the wrist. So for her to get the maximum penalty of 9 years, we were so confused about all that. It was very clear that she was being used as a pawn,
political pawn,
because it just wasn't adding up. But again, I just go back to the person Brittany has been and like how kind and her personality and all that. And that's the part I want people to see. Like when, I don't know if y'all saw the clip when they showed her on that plane, but when she smiled on that plane,
beautiful smile.
That was a moment for all of us. Like we took a deep collective sigh because I was like, oh, there's Brittany. It was the first time since all this happened that we had actually seen any sign of her being herself. Like this is unprecedented for someone to go through this. You never know what the mental, and we still don't know what the mental, psychological, physical impacts of all this will be. But, I just think it's so messed up that in this moment, people are making this an argument between Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan. It's like, we want everybody to get free. We all do. Even Joe Biden said he tried to make a deal 1-for-1 with Victor and Paul, and they wouldn't do it. Like Russia would not discuss Paul Whelan at all. And so even his family came out and said, listen, there was no deal on the table for him. Like we're happy for Brittany. And I just love what her wife has done with Sherelle, with saying, listen, we're going to do everything we can to free people that are there. We're going to keep working hard for everyone. But I just hated that this moment was a moment of division. But what it told me once again, because I believe that this is always at the heart of things, Brittany is a Black woman and she's queer. And the world does not value Black women, queer, like at all. So there would have been no situation where people would have been happy and felt like it was a fair trade for Brittany's life, because our life as Black women in this country is already devalued. So it's, for me to be surprised, because I was a little disappointed at all this uproar. I guess I shouldn't be, because this is the world we live in.
Yeah,
but I am happy. I am very happy for Brittany, and I hope Paul gets free as well. Like I want everybody to come home, but
yes,
it's gonna be a Merry Christmas for those of us that love Brittany, because the year couldn't have ended on a better note.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
And let me ask you this, China, because this is a question that came up on one of our other shows. It's a two-part question. What's your opinion on how the Biden administration handled the whole situation of trying to get Brittany back? And the second part of that question, do you think that the Trump administration would have had more success?
Go on, Kobe.
So, it's hard for me to say or to judge or to try to gauge or to grade the job that Biden did with this whole Brittany Griner situation, because we are people, and as we should be. We want things done now. We want to know how it's done. We want to know who's involved. We want to know, but hostage situations are obviously different. And I understand that there's some things that needed to happen behind the scenes, conversations that we weren't privy to. I don't know. What I do know is that people can be irrational, as we know. And I don't know how difficult it is to try to rationalize with irrational people. And so whatever that took, I'm glad that Brittany is home. But for us to try to make sense of how long it took and what those conversations were like, well, we already know who his adversary was, who Joe Biden was trying to negotiate with. Who knows? You know what all that took to make it happen.
Right.
And I don't even speak the T word, to be honest. So I don't even want to discuss this man.
Right.
But no, I have zero faith in anything that he could do, ever did. But I mean, he's so, no, I don't, because do I think he would have actually tried to get Brittany Griner out? No.
And he didn't try to get Paul Whelan out. So
I was about to say he didn't even try.
Regardless of his relationship with Russia or not, would he have tried to get Brittany out? No, he wouldn't have even tried.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, look, that's good that you answered that, because like I said, I was on the side of he would have, and I'm not a fan of the guy at all. So, but I was like, he would do it, but he would do it for the wrong reasons. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we need to elaborate further in terms of that. Meaning that he would do it, but he would do it. Yeah, it wouldn't be heartfelt. It would be for other reasons. Unfortunately.
Well, you know what, Fredo? I think a lot of people was going off the fact that in the past, he helped ASAP Rocky get home, and he
exactly Kodak Black,
and Kodak Black, and he helped one of the Ball brothers. They was in one of the Asian countries locked up. He helped them get home. So I think that's where that question came from, since he was so successful getting them back. That maybe he would be able to get Brittany back, especially with his allegedly relationship with Putin.
But do you know